Very good afternoon to one and all present here. First of all, I'd like to say thank you for our faculties who provided us this opportunity to perform in front of you all. So, here I am, Raju Chaurasia, with my group members Ashish Singh, Tanpreet Kaur Sandhu, Bharti Idnani, Harshita Vishkarma, Shreyank Paliwal, Mukul Dev Sarvaiya, and Piyush. So this is our table of content in which introduction will be given by Shreyank Paliwal. Journey of the Satyam case will be covered by Mukuldev Sarvaiya. Overview of the scam will be covered by Harshita Vishkarma. And Piyush will explain you game of numbers. Corporate social governance at the Satyam computers will be explained by Bharti. And I'll explain you impact of the scam. And then Ashish will explain you reconstruction of the scam. And at last, then Preet will explain you the lessons learned. So Shreyank, please start with the introduction.
Okay. So the introduction of Satyam Computer. Satyam Computer was founded in 1987 by Ramilingam Raju. Earlier life of Mr. Raju, Ramalingam Raju, the eldest of four children, were born on 16 September and in 1954. To the farming family, he earned a Bachelor's of Commerce degree from Andhra Loyola College at Vijayawada and subsequently earned MBA degree from Ohio University from US. Career plans, Satyam Computers established on in 1987, and it's a Hyderabad IT sector company, and it's a very fast growing company, and is listed on NSE and BSC and New York Stock Exchange in 1991 to 2001. In this, Mr. Raju inherited Satyam Computer Service along with one of his brother-in-law, DVS Raju, with 20 employees. In 1991, Satyam won in Fortune 500 clients, and the ambition of Satyam Computer was to operate. Ambition is to operate out of 15 countries with the employee count of more than 50,000. The Ramalingam Raju was very much interested in real estate, so he just have some interest on real estate. So he just opened the Mathas Infrastructure and Mathas Property in 1988. In this, Satyam planned to acquire 51% stakes in Mathas Infrastructure Limited, and in this, Satyam board, including its five independent directors, had approved the founder proposal to buy their stakes on Mathas Infra. Okay, so I just like to invite Mukul for the further.
Thank you, Shreyank. Good afternoon, everyone. So now I'm explaining the journey of Satyam Computers. Now, Satyam Computer Limited was a rising star of Indian IT industry. The company was founded by Ramalinga Raju in Hyderabad in 1987 with only 20 member of staff. The company grew rapidly as a global business and enrolled in a Bombay Stock Exchange in 1991. In a very short time of period, Satyam Computer got listed in New York Stock Exchange and they crossed revenue of 1 million US dollar. As per their performance, Satyam got the tag of crown jewel of Indian IT industry. In 2000, in 2008, Satyam crossed the revenue of 2 million US dollar. Before the scam, Satyam was the fourth largest IT service company of our country. Satyam got several awards which show their strong position in market. They got Golden Peacock Award by World Council for Corporate Governance in 2008. Satyam awarded by MZ Consult for leading in India in CG and accountability. In year 2008, Mr. Raju won Entrepreneur of the Year awarded by Ernst and Young. On January 2009, Mr. Raju disclosed a letter and he admitted that company infected their financial results since 1991 and manipulated their balance sheet as well as. Uh, then Indian government took a step into the scam and then this interrogate and they found there are many financial irregularities in Satyam. By the auction, Tech Mahindra acquired Satyam Computers and changed their name by Satyam Mahindra. We can say Satyam is still in the game of market by others' name. Now I'm inviting to Miss Harshita to explain further.
Thank you, Mukul. Hello, everyone. I am here to discuss about the overview of STEM. As Satyam scam was one of the corporate fraud, the Satyam company was awarded the Global Peacock Award for corporate governance in the year 2008, and just after the 5 months, the scheme was revealed. Ramalingam Raju was manipulating books of accounts since 1999, and the company misrepresented its account to its board, stock exchange, shareholders, regulators, investors, and all other officials. He also created 6,000 fake salaries account over the past few years exchanged uh, and exchanged contacts on the behalf of Satyam without providing any information to its investor board of directors and other officials. And after this, he, along with the auditor, inflated assets on the balance sheet, and by passing the false board resolution, they illegally obtained the loan for the company, and the cash which was raised through ADR was also not presented on the balance sheet. Ramalingam, please change the slide. Ramalingam Raju created artificial cash on the balance sheet on the balance sheet, which he planned to use while the acquisition of Metas. And every attempt to fill the gap between balance sheet was failed, and the last attempt was to acquire Metas. Raju had 37% stake in Metas Infrastructure Limited, so they planned to acquire 51% stake of Metas Infrastructure Limited, and also had 35% shares in Metas property. After its five independent directors approved the proposal for acquisition, but was rejected by the shareholders in the opinion that the decision is being taken for the benefit of Raju's family members. But if it had been finalized, Satyam would have the used Mehta's amount to support Satyam. But when it all failed, Satyam's chairman, Mr. Ramalingam Raju, resigned after notifying the board members and SEBI that the Satyam account has been falsified, and uh, he confessed the fraud on January 7, 2009. The question also arose on PwC, that is Water Price House Coopers, the auditor firm who audited Satyam books from 2000 to 2009, but was unable to cover the fraud. The question arose on authenticity, functioning, and sound auditing system. It was also revealed that Satyam paid uh, PwC twice than any other firm could pay to its auditor, while Merrill Lynch, who was appointed by the Satyam as the partner and buyer, it revealed the fraud in nearly 10 days. So here, in nearly 10 days. Slide. Am I visible?
Yes.
And he blew the pistol against the company, including Ramalingam Raju and his brother. The auditor, bankers, SEBI, and investor were all blamed for their role in fraud. Greed for money, power, success, competition compelled Raju to lead violation of all the duties imposed on him. Thank you. Now it's over to Piyush.
Thank you, Ashita. So, the Mr. Ramalingam Raju is the founder and chairman of these. Next, change the slide, Raju. Thank you. So, Mr. Ramalingam Raju is the founder and chairman of Satyam Computers, and his brother B. Rama Raju is who is a managing director of the Satyam, and S. Srinivas Valdaman is Mr. Raju confessed that Satyam balance sheet and income statement of 30th September 2008 contained that irregularities as shows in the slides. He faked figure to the extent of rupees 5,040 crores of non-existing cash and bank balance as rupees 5,361 crores reflected in the books. Accrued interest on bank FDs of rupees 376 crores, which is non-existing, shown in the balance sheet. Under liabilities of rupees 1,230 crores on accounts of fund raises by Mr. Raju. Debtors position of rupees 490 crores from the 2,161 crores to 2,651 crores. He accepts that Satyam had reported a revenue of rupees 2,700 crores and operating margin 649 crores, while the actual revenue was 2,112 crores and operating margin was 61 crores. Mr. Raju even claimed that neither he nor the managing director had benefited financially from the inflected revenue. None of the board of members, they know the same, and the fund took place to divert company funds into real estate investment and keep high earning per share to make high benefit by selling stake the same price. Now Bharti will continue further.
Thank you so much, Piyush. Well, now I'll be covering the corporate governance. The Satyam case is just in a...
फटफट कर दिया पूरा बिगड़वा.
Piyush, please unmute yourself.
Piyush.
Mute yourself. Sorry.
The Satyam case is just another example supporting the need for stronger corporate governance, show a good relationship between the shareholders and employees. Corporate governance issue at Satyam arose because of the non-fulfillment of the obligation of the company towards the various stakeholders. Employees were shown with the inflated figure, and the entire scam had its impact on the management that will be covered in the presentation later on. Questions were raised over the credibility of the government, because of which Satyam Computer Services was blacklisted by the World Bank over the charges of bribery. The Satyam Computer Services scandal brought to light the importance of ethics and its relevance to corporate culture. The fraud committed by the founders of Satyam is a testament to the fact that the science of conduct is swayed in large by human greed, ambition, and hunger for power, money, and fame. Now, let's move towards the auditor's role and factors contributing towards the fraud. Well, PwC, that is PricewaterhouseCoopers, audited Satyam's books from June 2000 until the discovery of the fraud in 2009. PwC audited the company for nearly 9 years and did not uncover the fraud, whereas Merrill Lynch discovered the fraud as a part of its due in merely 10 days. Investors became wary of those companies who were clients of PwC. Indian authorities also arrested and charged several of the company's auditors, company's auditors, that is PwC, of fraud. PwC came under intense scrutiny and its license to operate was revoked. That's it from my side. Now I would request Rajul to take over the presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Bharti. Now I'll be discussing with you all the impact of the scam. So starting from fall from the grace. Before falling from the grace by admitting to India's biggest accounting fraud, Satyam Computer Services and Mr. Raju were the poster boy of Indian IT industry. But immediately after the news of the scam, there was a huge negative impact on the share price of the company. And in just a span of 23 days, starting from 16 December 2008 to 7th of January 2009, the share price dropped by to 39.95 rupees as compared to 26.55 rupees, and on which was about 78%, and Sensex came down by 7.3% after the resignation of Mr. Raju as the chairman of the company. On January 10, 2009, the share price of the Satyam was rupees 11.50, which was the lowest since March 1998 as compared to the high of 544 rupees in 2008. Deals made with Merrill Lynch decided to end their engagement with Satyam Computers. New York Stock Exchange decided to end the trading with Satyam Computers, and also Indian Stock Exchange decided to remove Satyam from the index. The support system of Mr. Raju was arrested by the Indian authorities, which was Mr. Raju's brother B. Ramaraju, former managing director of the company, along with him V. Srinivas, the CFO, and the company's head to the internal audit, and several other PwC auditors in a criminal charge of fraud. After all this, we can say that it was totally a roller coaster ride for the Satyam company for the company, and the fraud committed by the founder of the company was the evidence of the fact that science of conduct is has been shaken for human greed, power for money, and many more. Now. The impact of the scam is very much on several sectors, or we can say employees. So starting with the employees of the company have been highly impacted as they were concerned about their jobs because of non-payment of salaries, layoffs, and project cancellation, and also they felt helpless emotionally, socially, financially, and legally. Now the clients. Moving forward to the clients of Satyam, which were Cisco, Telstra, and World Bank, this eventually lost their trust in Satyam and decided to start business with the other IT companies of the market. And it was all they were actually concerned about the continuity, confidentiality, and the cost overrun of their project. Now the shareholders, as the news came out of the scheme, the shareholders were directly hit by, as I already told you, by 78%. There was also a question on India's revival of preferred investment destination. Now coming to the bankers, as we all know that Mr. Raju changed the profit and the sales of the company, so that arose the question on the bankers. So they were actually worried about the recovery of financial and non-financial exposure. Now the last is Indian government. Fraud does not look bad only just a company, but it does look bad on whole company. So the reputation of Indian IT industry was totally ruined, and Indian government was concerned about the image of the nation and also about the shareholders which may invest in the country further. Thank you. That's all from my side. And now I'd like to call Ashish to continue.
Thank you, Raju. Good afternoon. Today I will be covering the topic reconstruction of Satyam Computer Limited and how the various factors help the business to prevent from total collapse. When Mr. Ramalinga Ranju revealed about the scam in the letter that was given to the board members and as well as to SEBI, when that particular scene happened, the stock price of that company drastically came down to $1.15 as per share. That was about in Indian rupees 83.94 rupee in today's value. The whole company was shaken to the core because of the Mr. Ramalinga Raju confession, and after that, to save the business from collapsing and to keep it afloat, the government intervened in between and set up new board members. Basically, they introduced 3 new board members: the former president of NASCOM, the Chief Kiran Karne, executive chairman of HDFC Deepak Parekh, director of country National Stock Exchange, and a former SEBI member C. Achyutan. The government intervened because they doesn't want a high value Indian firm to collapse and suffer the same fate as Enron and WorldCom when they experienced a large accounting scandal. When they appointed the new board member, they started working towards a solution that would prevent the total collapse of the firm and sell the company within 100 days. They had to devise a plan of sale so that they can sell the company within 100 days of time frame. They worked diligently to bring stability and confidence back to the company. They meet with the bankers, accountants, lawyers, and government officials to ensure of the sale. To accomplish sale, they hired Goldman Sachs and Avendus Capital and gave them the charge to sell the company in the shortest amount of time. By mid-March, several major players in the field had gained enough confidence in Satyam operation to participate in the auction. The SEBI appointed and hired a retired Supreme Court Justice, Justice Bharucha, to oversee the process and instill the confidence in in the transaction. Several companies bid on Satyam Computer Limited on April 13, 2009. The winning bidder was Tech Mahindra, which is a part of Mahindra and Mahindra, for $1.13 per share. That was less than a third of stock market value before Mr. Raju revealed the fraud and salvaged his operation. The next part would be covered by Tanvi.
Thank you, Ashish. Now, here I am talking about lessons learned from Satyam accounting fraud. The Satyam accounting scandal that rocked the outsourcing company, and India proved that companies still have a lot to learn. Investigate all inquiries. The fraud scheme at Satyam started small. Sound familiar? A lot of fraud schemes start out small with the perspective thinking that small changes here and there won't make a big difference. Are less likely to be detected. This sends a lot. This sends a message to a lot of companies. If your account are not balancing, or if something seems inaccurate, even just a tiny bit, it's worth investigating. Break down tasks so that there are checks in each area. Dividing responsibilities across a team of people make it easier to detect irregularities or misappropriated funds. Now, next is run reputation. Fraud doesn't just look bad on a company, it looks bad on the whole industry. According to a Reuters article, accounting scandal at Satyam could be India's biggest corporate scandal in memory theatre. Further, foreign investment flows into Asia's third largest economy and cast a cloud over growth in its once booming outsourcing sector. Next is corporate governance need to be stronger. The Satyam case is just another example supporting the need for stronger corporate governance. Company must be careful when selecting executives and top level managers. These are the people who set the tone for the company. If there's corruption at the top, it's bound to trickle down. Separate the role of CEO and chairman of the board. When the same person takes on both roles, who's left to check up on the CEO splitting and up the roles? Help avoid a situation like the one of Satyam. So, lastly, the conclusion is Satyam was considered the Aaron and WorldCom of India. CEO and founder B. Ramalingam Raju was the main culprit of the accounting fraud, while pursuing others to help him, such as family members and internal and external auditors. It resulted in 7 years of imprisonment and fines. This act was committed by greed and fame, as most fraud cases are the collection of people made it easier to commit the fraud. In result, it lasted several years. Today they are in prison. So that's all from our side. Thank you.